How big would an asteroid have to be? This seems like the kind of thing like Kyle would watch a YouTube video on. Like how big to end life here?
All life?
Like all life.
Only
like not like wiping out the dinosaurs a little bit.
Okay,
and, like,
so for that to happen, so I do know this. For that to happen,
I knew you would.
You're not talking about an asteroid anymore. You're talking about like a rogue planet would have to hit us because the whole crust of the Earth has to liquefy for something like that to happen. For all the life in the caves,
I thought it would spit up enough shit that it would.
We're talking more like dinosaur times.
You're talking about way worse than that. We're talking about when the moon formed times. If you're going to get rid of the bacteria,
I might be wrong. But I don't think that was Taylor's question. I don't think he was trying to eliminate every.
Okay. Yeah, but it's a figure of speech. I'm pretty sure Taylor meant like when the asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs.
An extinction event.
You're technically right. To wipe out all life is to remove all bacteria, and it takes a lot more energy to do that.
So the planet would basically have to be cracked up and totally destroyed to like get rid of all the amoebas and shit. But if we're talking like do they have guesses on how big the dinosaur one was?
It's a Chicxulub impact crater in right above South America, like Gulf of Mexico.
Because I thought it was like some alarmingly small thing where it's like the size of Rhode Island would create enough shit that it would be like, oh well, there's no sun for anyone.
Rhode Island isn't that small. If you think about a whole state.
I googled it. The first result said 6 miles wide, which is actually bigger than I expected. I thought it was going to be like 3 kilometers or something.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. A 6 mile asteroid. How much can our atmosphere take, do you think? Like, I know it burns up little ones all the time.
Good question, right? Yeah, like we get hit with asteroids or maybe meteors. I don't know. I don't fully know the difference.
Meteors burn up all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how big were they before they started burning?
Like exactly.
It depends what they're made of. So if it's like an iron, it's a big metallic thing made of iron.
Let's hope that's not it. Maybe like one made of tin.
But a lot of them are made of like ice. If it's made of ice, they tend to burn up.
Yeah.
More than
I know you're impressed with my science.
That checks out. We can survive any size ice one mostly.
Do you know about the Tunguska blast?
Yes.
You don't have to tell me.
Very interesting.
No, I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so this happened in Siberia, like maybe 1909, roughly. What happened was, I'm going to skip like the mysterious, like who no one knows what created it. What happened was a meteorite or whatever came in and exploded, air bursted above the ground and created this ridiculous event where huge amounts of the Siberian wilderness are flattened. The trees are laying out. It hurt people so far away that it's unbelievable, like deafened them and stuff and broke glass windows. And there's a lot of like conspiracy theorists who will say that it was an alien attack or the first nuclear weapon. And then the technology test.
Nikola Tesla's death ray went awry
30 years early, right? In 1909 again. But that's what happened. It's the Tunguska event or the Tunguska blast. And there's pictures of like the trees and stuff. And it's wild how big that event was.
How big was
did you say it was?
projectile?
I was Googling while you talked.
You'll have to Google to like get the, I don't know any of that.
I trust your
guess. I was Googling while you talked. I found some interesting stuff.
It's a city destroyer, that kind of big.
The original question that Taylor may have asked, 60 miles, a 60-mile wide asteroid would destroy all life on Earth. But what surprised me was a 300-meter asteroid, about 1,000 feet, would be a continental devastation event. Like North America, 1,000-foot asteroid.
Damn.
That's not that big.
No, that's really
not when you think about the size of things get in space.
60 miles isn't that big when you think about how big the Earth is. Like, it's still huge, but damn. Like, to end everything.
60 miles sounds ginormous until you put it on a planetary scale, at which point it's like...
But dude, there must really be, like, nothing flying around, like, ratio-wise out there. Because if it was like a... if it
Jupiter's
was
protecting us.
Well, I mean, like, around us.
Saturn
like,
too.
If we were just...
It can't because Jupiter's protecting us. That's one of those things where people, those people who believe in intelligent design, they do have, it's like, don't you realize that everything's kind of set up perfectly for us here, even from a scientific point of view? It's like, and it kind of is, like, from that
Goldilocks zone is what they call it.
Yeah.
From that magnetosphere that's protecting us from all the radiation and the sun's rays and everything. And then again, Jupiter kind of using its gigantic mass to keep the the asteroids from just warping in here. It's sort of sweeping up the solar system, keeping the debris away. And the one that killed the dinosaurs was probably just one thing bumping another thing, right? And some chain reaction.
I bet Saturn is helping out too, because it's pretty.
I doubt it.
Huge. You don't think Saturn's carrying its weight?
I think Saturn's so far away it doesn't matter.
You guys are missing the moon. You see all those craters on the moon? Those were meant for us. The moon is eating a lot of those.
Moon.
Also about like the Goldilocks zone. Without the moon doing what it does with the tides and creating a lot of the ocean water flow, life may not have come to exist or evolved as we know it.
Yeah.
Why does Saturn have rings?
It's it won't for very much longer. In a like a million years or something, they'll be gone because they're dissipating. It's just debris that's rotating it in that gravitational band. Uranus also has rings.
Yeah, Uranus rings are really interesting when you view them in infrared.
I knew you'd go there. I knew you'd do it.
Brown ring of Uranus.
Uranus is also the only planet that rotates, north to south because of some impact and knocked it off its axis forever ago.
I wonder if that'll straighten out.
I bet